Morning guys, welcome back to another episode of the channel, and today we're travelling to Bute on a Calmac ferry. We're going to do some diving out there, so let's see what we can get up to. You catch the ferry from Wimness Bay. It's a really easy process. You buy your tickets online, turn up half an hour early, sit in the car park, and one by one they load you on. Once on board, there's 2 or 3 decks to have a look around. There's also a shop selling refreshments and breakfasts. There's even a small mini bar. The whole journey takes about 45 minutes. We also got lucky today because it was beautifully sunny and flat calm, so the crossing was easy. I won't show everything, but basically when we got off at the other side, we checked into the B&B, got our kit on and went for a dive. The club does an annual trip to Bute, sometimes twice a year, and there was 26 of us this time. All the lads and lasses on the beach. We just posed for a group photograph, but I was so keen I was already in the water. We ended up floating around for almost 20 minutes, waiting for Jim to get in. Here he is.
I turned around at 100. Yeah. Or 25 metres, like that.
So in case you didn't hear that, we were just discussing the plan. So we're planning on going to 25 metres, checking air and times, and then making a decision. In this case, we went to 30 metres before we turned round. This particular site at Bute is relatively shallow for quite some distance. Goes to about 10 metres gradually and then suddenly slopes off to the depths. I sped all this footage up because it's quite slow and boring otherwise. We're at a depth of about 5 metres at this point. Now at around 10 metres. It's roughly at this point where the ground starts to slope away quite quickly. An empty scallop shell. Well, this was one of the main reasons I came to Bute, to hopefully go back with a little bag of scallops. Unfortunately, I think the whole area has been dredged because it's virtually non-existent. and they used to be here in abundance. Somewhere between 15 to 20 metres now, and we're starting to lose the light. It's starting to get darker, but the camera picks it up and shows it a lot lighter than it actually was. Still not much sign of life, other than a few starfish and some sea urchins, and the odd squat lobster. At around 25 metres the water starts to get a bit cloudy. And back into normal speed as we approach 30 metres. The seabed starts to flatten out again. Really quite dark down here, but the camera seems to pick up a lot of light. But for those of you who couldn't read that computer, the whole dives took about 20 minutes. I've got 10 minutes bottom time remaining before I go into decompression. Average depth was 15 and I'm just on ordinary air. This dive maxed out at 31 metres and unfortunately we only found one scallop, so we let him go. Because what's the point of having just one scallop? And if you're still here, thanks for watching, guys. This wasn't the most interesting of videos, but I tried my hardest to keep it informative. See you on the next one.